Hi, everyone. Welcome to day 2 of our recovery yoga journey. Today, we are going to be introducing our first asana, our first pose in yoga called cat cow pose or Marjaryasana Vitalasana, which means Marjaryasana is cat pose, Vitalasana is cow pose. So these two are actually two poses that we often put together, and it's often what we use to warm up the body in a yoga practice. So let's get started. Grab a pillow or a blankie, come down to the ground, maybe sit up on your pillow, your blankie, come into that comfortable seat that we found yesterday. And like yesterday, I invite you to sit up as tall as you can. And maybe that's not as tall as you have been able to in the past. Maybe it's a little slouched. Maybe it's not as tall as you would like it to be, but that's okay. Start there. That's the whole point of this recovery journey, is to find out where we are and then invite just a little bit more movement into the day. So come on down to the ground, find that seat, and we're going to start in this comfortable seat with our Ujjayi breathing that we learned yesterday. So find a comfortable place for your hands to rest on your knees, your ankles, and your lap. I invite you to soften your gaze to the ground, or maybe close your eyes if you feel comfortable. And before we begin our Ujjayi breathing, just notice where your breath is right now. Maybe you're like me and it's a little short inhales and exhales. That's okay. Just notice. Once you find yourself settling into the ground, I invite you to begin your Ujjayi breathing. So that's our ocean breathing, where we breathe big, like we're blowing up a balloon in our torso on the inhale, and then we make an audible sound on our exhale, bringing everything back to center. Move with your own breath. We'll take 5 breaths of Ujjayi here. Awesome work. So I invite you to keep going. Part of our breath is in yoga is to guide us through the asanas. So to guide us through the poses. So as we breathe, I'm going to invite you on your inhale to slowly come to all fours, maybe moving that pillow to the side or that blankie to the side. If you needed to pad your knees, you're welcome to. And then as we're moving mindfully, we're going to stack our hips over our knees, put our wrists right underneath our shoulders, and we're going to just find a straight back or a neutral spine. And then we're going to take 3 more Ujjayi breaths here in the neutral spine. Notice how it feels different breathing parallel to the earth rather than perpendicular. And if you notice during those breaths, you might have felt your belly button on the inhale almost drop or feel pull towards the earth. And on the exhale, almost feeling like you're tilting your pelvis or your belly button is being drawn up towards the sky. And that's the exact motion that we're going to follow with our breath for cat-cow pose. So on the next inhale, exaggerate that motion, allow your belly button to drop towards the earth, filling your belly, arching your back. Maybe you press away from the earth and your head goes up a little bit. And then on the exhale, just like the breath draws us up and maybe even up to the sky with our belly button, we follow that sensation, arching in the back for cat pose. Maybe our chin tucks. And we just did one cat-cow. So inhale, drop the belly, cow pose. Audible exhale with our Ujjayi breath for cat pose. Inhale, big balloon breath. Exhale. Awesome. So we're going to do 5 or so of these, moving with your own breath, moving at your own pace, and just practicing syncing up our Ujjayi breathing with our cow and our cat pose. Now, cat-cow pose is such a lovely pose to begin waking up and moving the body. So much of our energy gets stuck in our hips or in our belly or in our torso, especially when we're ill or recovering or rehabilitating from an injury or being postpartum. And this is a great pose, no matter how dramatic you can get your pelvic tilts or how just subtle they are, to just wake up that energy, which will eventually fuel our movements. One more here. Awesome work. And we'll make our way back to our comfortable seat, maybe grabbing that pillow, grabbing your blankie, coming back down to our comfortable seat where we started. We always begin and end our yoga practices here at I Love Yoga in the same posture, this comfortable seat called Sukhasana. The reason why we do that is to mark that the beginning and the end of things, especially a long journey like a recovery journey, can often feel like they're the same. But we're back where we started again, and like maybe it wasn't worth it all. But really, the reason why we call this a journey, and especially we're going on this recovery journey together, is because this journey is about that, the journey, not where we end up, not where we started, but what we do in the middle. So thank you for joining me today. We'll take one more big belly breath, filling that balloon in together. And then exhale, the loudest Ujjayi ocean sound you can make. Nobody's listening, no one's watching. Bringing it all back to center. Thank you so much for taking this time out of your day for yourself, for being brave and joining me on this journey of recovery. I hope you enjoy this practice, and I hope to see you tomorrow for day 3.